Girbeagly!
Hey there guys and gals, it's Girbeagly, and it's time for part 3 of my Q&A, and I hope this is the last part because, holy crap, you guys have got to be sick of watching me answer all these questions by this point. Anyway, let's get started. Kara the Unicorn asks, do you have a favorite anime/manga? As far as anime and manga go, I am all over the board, just like my music taste. I watch and read everything, and as far as anime goes, I'd have to say that my very favorite anime of all time is Dragon Ball Z, and part of the reason is it was one of the anime that just really popularized anime here in the West. And also, I was like 15 when I started watching it, or maybe a little bit younger even, and I just thought it was the coolest thing in the world. I don't know, people charging up key blasts, even though it took them like 55 episodes to do so. It was just so cool to watch, and the fighting, man, I got so into it. And it's one of those series that I'll even go back and I'll occasionally watch an episode now and then, and normally while I'm watching it I'm like, man, this is corny, but it's a lot of fun at the same time. Another older one that I really enjoy, and I like the manga as well, is Ranma Half, and I'm not sure how many of you know of that manga and anime, but it's about a boy who falls into a spring and is cursed. Anytime he gets hit with cold water, he turns into a girl, and it was one of the first comedy anime mangas I ever read and watched, and it was weird, but I loved it. I started watching it, I think when I was like 8 or 9 or something like that. I had one of the video games, Hard Battle, which was a fighting game, and I just got really into it. More recently, I've been watching a lot of Attack on Titan and Sword Art Online, and I know there's a lot of people out there who are like, man, those are so overrated, but I personally love them, and I think they're really, really cool, especially Sword Art Online. It's such an emotional, I don't know, it's such a cool story. I love it. And then probably one of the goofiest anime that I've been watching recently is Prince of Tennis. I'm not sure how many of you watch sports anime, but they're like the goofiest thing in the world, but they're so awesome. I have no idea why, but I love seeing all the players with their super skill shots. They have like mega powers basically that allow them to hit these crazy tennis shots, and I don't know, I like it. I like it a lot. Zontan Project asks, what do you consider on helping other channels when you hit a limit like 30,000 or more, maybe less? By that, I mean what Manga Minx does, if you catch my drift. As far as helping out other channels goes, I try to do that as much as I can already. I always retweet my friends. I have a pretty tight-knit core group of friends that I met pretty early on in YouTube, and you'll probably see me, if you follow me on Twitter at least, retweeting them all the time. I retweet their videos, I go and I watch them, and I hit the like button on them when I can, because it means the world to me to have a supportive community. It's why I've gotten to where I have, and I want to help them there as well. So, you know, you'll see me do that with people like Doom and SVG Jason. Obviously Doom's bigger than me, but Jason is not, and I want to help him as well as my other friends grow as much as possible. And when I get a little bit bigger, if I ever do, I would love to absolutely do some shout-outs or collabs that would help out smaller channels that I stumble across that I really, really like. And the reason I would do that is because YouTube is such a cool community, and there's too many people who are trying to compete against each other. It's not a competition. The stronger we all get, the better we all get, and that's the way that I've always seen it. Michael Severus asks, will this question get answered? No. My good friend the Anime Man, aka Joey, asks, will you notice me, Brian Senpai? Noticed! Dragon Sphinx asks, if you were asked to start teaching students about anything you wanted, what subject do you feel you'd be confident enough about to choose? No, it can be anything, not just traditional stuff like math, science, etc., but like anime, gaming, scuba diving, etc. This is a really cool question. I like this one a lot. Honestly, if I had to teach anyone about anything, it would probably be video games. Probably retro ones, just because I'm more familiar with those than the gigantic scene that is in place now. But I love retro games. I would love to talk to people about those for hours and hours and hours and hours. So if I could teach a class, it would definitely be retro video games. Jacob Gibson asks, what do you consider to be the line between insanity and creativity? You're looking at him, man. I'm crazy go nuts, and I hope that I'm creative enough when I do those things that you guys like me doing. But honestly, I don't know. It's a very fine line, that's for sure. I've definitely seen people who get really fanatical about things, who sort of push the creative envelope a little bit too much. I don't like calling people out or anything, but it's out there. You guys can probably see a couple channels that do that now and then. As far as the line itself goes, I'm not sure. It's a really fine line, but it's one that every individual has to figure out for themselves. Candy Girl 263 asks, what does Girbeagly mean? Those of you who are newer to the channel and have probably never asked me before, Girbeagly actually comes from two different things. Gur, who's my favorite character from the Invader Zim cartoon, he is just awesome. He's so funny, and I've always loved him, so I started using the Gur handle a while ago, and I was like, I need something else. So the second half, Beagly, actually comes from my favorite dog, Beagles. I love beagles so much. They're so cute. They got big floppy tongues and floppy ears, and they just prance around, but they're still tiny, so they're just so cute. I love them. So I combine Gur, and I combine it with Beagly, and it's, you know, you got Beagly, Girbeagly. That's me. Level 1 Gaming asks, what's your favorite Purple Monkey Dragon Starfish marshmallow? For those of you who missed the Ask Me Questions video, you won't know what this answer is all about, but the answer is going to be taco. Lantulini, I hope I'm saying that right, asks, did you play Sonic or Sonic 2 as a kid? I actually played both of them, and damn were they hard, and I didn't even realize how hard they were until I tried to play them recently. I tried to play Sonic, the original one, like 2 years ago again. Holy crap, how the hell did I beat that as like a 7-year-old? That game is freaking difficult. It's just so fast, and there's the twisty turnies, and you gotta get the coins, and it just, oh man, it's nuts. Those games are hardcore. If you can beat those now, you are a king among kings. Chris Doge asks, when did you have the operation? Kappa. Shh, you're not supposed to know about the operation. Nobody is. Don't tell anybody about my third nipple. Dave Plays Games asks, will you show us your cats? People have actually been asking me about this for like over a year now. They want a Meet Your Cats vlog, and I've done a couple random videos with my cats in them. Obviously, they're always running around in the background, but I definitely plan on doing an actual Meet My Cats vlog at some point because they're the stars of the show. They run around in the background, and they sit on the couch, and they stare at me, and they stare at you, and they just make noise and break shit in the background all the time. So I'll definitely do one of those sometime soon. For those of you who also want to know, my cats' names are Sig and Plinko. Zack Attack asks, what has been the most humbling moment you have experienced since starting your channel that has given you all the feels? All the feels. That's so many feels. Holy crap. As far as that moment goes, it's probably the first time that someone wrote me a personal message all about the fact that my videos saved their life. That they were thinking about doing the irreversible act of suicide, and they decided to stick around on this planet because they were so cheered up by my videos. And that just hit me right in the chest, and it still does. I still get those messages every now and then, and when I do, it blows me away. I cannot believe, even when people call me their favorite YouTuber, that is mind-boggling to me because I'm nothing. I'm a guy. I'm just a regular guy behind a computer screen playing video games and making weird voices. But the fact that that has enough power to cheer people up so that they do not make a permanent mistake, that means the world to me. And the very last question of my Q&A is from Kia Lau. Kia Lau says, have you ever seen a video game that's from the genre you dislike the most that you would love to play? Now, honestly, I like stuff from every single genre, so I'm not sure if there are any genres out there that I can pin as the one that I dislike the most, but it'd probably be simulation games. I don't really get into them a whole lot just due to the fact that I'm not good at them, and the fact that they're really time-consuming. But as far as a game that's from that genre that I would love and I would have to play, it's got to be FTL, Faster Than Light. It's the one where you build spaceships and stuff. That game looks so awesome. I actually own it and I've never touched it because I'm worried that it's just going to become a time sinkhole and I'll never ever be able to leave my computer again. Anyway guys, that's it for this part, the final part of our series, and I hope that you guys enjoyed all the answers that I gave. If you guys want to ask any more questions of me, feel free to shoot me a message on Twitter or Facebook, anything like that. I'm more than glad to get to know you guys because I seriously love getting to know this community on a personal level. You guys push me every single day to be a better YouTuber and a better person, and it just has changed my life so much. So thank you guys so much for 2,600 subscribers. Also, really quick, I know that I mentioned this a couple vlogs ago, but I won a giveaway recently from Green Man Gaming, and they sent it, and I finally got it, and the first item that I got in my swag bag was this Batman Arkham Origins t-shirt. It's an extra large, so it's a little big on me, actually really big on me. It's basically like a dress, but it's awesome. They also sent me these Arkham Origins playing cards, which is awesome. I'll pull out a couple real quick here for you guys to see. Hopefully I don't dump them like I did with my Sword Art Online ones, but they're really cool. They're high detail. They have regular numbers on the number cards, but then you get to the face cards. That's Black Mask, and then you got Batman. They're so cool. Obviously the Joker is the Joker. So the fact that they sent me this stuff for free, it's super cool. The final thing that they sent me in the package was this Joker bobblehead. Check this guy out. It's so cool. It's very, very hefty. I'm pretty sure hand painted. The detail on it is incredible. But man, like I said, this is hefty. This is really, really freaking heavy. If a robber came into my apartment, I would probably bash him in the head with this thing. It would kill him. And then I would go to jail for murder, because that's just the way the law works. Unless you live in Florida, of course. Anyway, guys, that's it for this Q&A. I hope that you guys liked everything about it. I really, really had a good time reading your comments and getting to answer all your questions. So if you guys enjoyed the series of Q&As, please be sure to hit the like button, share the video, and favorite it. Also be sure to subscribe to me if you guys haven't already. For those of you who have, thank you so much for all of your support. You guys are the best in the world. I love every single one of you, and as always, it was great seeing ya. Bye-bye.